Let me be clear about something. Ain't nobody trying to go to no damn war with North Korea. I don't even call these things that we have. This is a policing action. A smack in the mouth. This is not a policing action, okay? Fucking North Korea is gonna do something stupid like launch one of those. I personally don't understand. Well, I do understand. Basically, the situation, in a nutshell, is North Korea is holding South Korea hostage. They don't like each other. They're trying to take them over and unify them or some BS like that. And, yeah. And, of course, South Korea ain't trying to have that. They're too busy making K-pop videos. So, it's like, so that's where we're at right now with all of that. Looks like we're redesigning. And so basically, they've been doing name calling and antagonizing people for years. As far as I'm concerned, they've been trying to hit people with a bomb. They've been trying to develop this for a while because every month or so, they launch a missile. They launched one at Hawaii when Obama was president, just to piss him off. However, Obama did his on the lowdown. He said, fire another one off during my administration. And yeah, and none didn't get launched during his administration. There was some behind the scenes bullshit that went on. But besides that, he's done did this to every, their whole thing is done did this to every president since Reagan was in office. And they're not going to stop because we're going to put a sanctions. How do you put sanctions on somebody that's getting something through the back door in the first place? That's like trying to ban somebody from the nightclub when they sneak in through the back to begin with. You're not getting their money. They're not helping anything. I personally don't understand. We thought that Gaddafi had weapons and went over there and kicked his ass. And Gaddafi's like, we have weapons of mass destruction. This is the line of death. And we ran over there and whooped his ass. Then the people took care of the rest of it. There wasn't no trial. Kim Jong-il, I can't help but think that the only reason, there's only a couple of reasons why he is still in office, because his crazy ass sister's next in the lines of succession, and nobody wants to see her in power. And I guess the only other thing that I can think of is, like I said, he's got artillery aimed at the South Korean border, so that's basically like Michigan and Ohio teaming up together and aiming artillery down here at Kentucky and Nashville. Instead, if California and Texas don't pay us a bunch of shit and pay us attention, we're gonna nuke Kentucky. And with it all honesty, Texas will be like, yeah, okay. And they've been basically, they're like China's retarded ass cousin that keep embarrassing them. China's sitting there making moves in business deals. And these assholes are just fucking up the program constantly. And constantly. And it's like every time North Korea comes up, China's like, damn it. Not you. Come on, man. Would you stop it? And it's like, and then nobody can control them. And because they ain't got nothing to lose. Now that should scare you. And the fact that they have nothing to lose. But we've been watching them develop this crap for a couple of years now. And now they've done miniaturized and stuck it on top of a warhead. Making a rocket isn't rocket science. Farmers were making rockets in their backyard before NASA said, we're going to take this shit over. It's not exactly rocket science. Getting them to land where you want to, that's a little bit of rocket science. But if they can launch it, they can aim the damn thing, and I've always said close only counts in hand grenades and nukes. And ain't nobody trying to have all that. Putin ain't even trying to have all that crap. Putin wants to mess around, but Putin ain't launch nothing at nobody. Putin messed with Georgia with permission. You remember when Georgia was fucking around going, we come with the power of the United States, and they kept fucking with Putin, and Putin's like, listen, stop, tell your boys to stop messing around. And we was like, Georgia, stop fucking around now. then we was like, we wouldn't do nothing, and Georgia kept, we come with the power of the United, and they kept marching in and taking over. Putin said, listen, I keep telling you to take care. Really? And Putin's like, y'all ain't gonna do nothing about this. Y'all seriously gonna let this shit keep going on? And we was like, yep, we ain't coming over there messing with them. And it's like, because Georgia was our little silly ass cousin that didn't have no goddamn sense. And Putin said, you know what? And Putin did something that was funny. He went and attacked Georgia. He tore up all of their tanks and marched the soldiers back. And he didn't hurt one soldier. He just tore up their equipment and told them, you come over here again and see what happens. And then when America said, I think you should de-escalate this situation. Shut the fuck up. That's what Putin said. Shut the fuck up. I told you to tell these little crazy bastards to sit down. That's what we've been doing with China. And China doesn't believe that shit stinks. And here's the thing. When we go over there, we're not going to go over there with no damn nukes. We're going to go over there. We've been caught this silly motherfucker. And I'm cussing, and I know because it's silly. The whole thing is crapping silly. But we done caught this silly ass mug smiling at a camera looking up in the wide open. If that was Obama and that was a terrorist, and we've done already called them the axis of evil, so they're already a terrorist. So let's just get that part out of the way. We've been demonizing these people in the media for the last couple of months. Building up is what I call it. We done made our case for why we need to go over there and kick their ass. Nobody's trying to see a nuke go off. He's gonna launch another one. I promise you, he's gonna launch one more. He's gonna launch one more. Everybody just get ready for it. Gird your loins. It's gonna happen. Nothing nobody can do about it. He's gonna launch one more, and we're gonna have to deal with that. And it's like we're gonna go plead with China one more time. Please get your little stupid ass cousin stop doing this shit. And China's gonna go, well, we can't do nothing about it. And the thing is what people don't understand is Trump is gonna tell the Marine Corps to go over there and whoop their fucking ass. And it's gonna be an occupation for a while, and we're gonna be entrenched in another Iraq, Kuwait, or any other third world nation that we done had to go in and tell them to shut the fuck up. That's what's gonna happen. And then it's gonna make the evening news for a couple of things. You're gonna have Anderson Cooper over there diving between buildings because he can't sit his ass behind the desk to save his life, and he ain't had nothing to jump around for anyway. So he's gonna bounce around over there like we're right behind, and they're bombing right behind this building right here. Run. That's because that's what they do. And then it's going to be over. We're gonna say, all right, China, we done settled them down. Now we're giving them back. Don't make us come back over here. That's how it's going to end. That's how it always is. Because war of that nature is bad for business. And nothing stops the spice. Always remember that. Nothing stops the spice. War is bad for business. And a war on that scale is just, people don't buy shit when you're sitting there blowing crap up. And ain't nobody getting ready to stop oil or anything else because these little jackasses want to fire a couple of skyrockets off. Ain't gonna happen. So don't ever worry about that silliness. But you should worry about us going over there is going to happen. If you look at the time, the reason I'm so sure that we're not going to have a war, but we are going to have an occupation is because they done already made the case. They done said, and the timeline of how they done developed this stuff is just ridiculous. If they either have super scientists working for them, which they don't, or they've had help. And there's only a couple of players on the field that's done helped them. What we might be in is what's called the proxy war. That's when a couple of big guys want to fuck with each other, but they don't want to do it themselves. So they get a couple of ignorant players to come in and do it for them. Proxy war. That's what we might be in. And we got all kinds of toys to play with that we're just itching to test out. And that's what's going to happen. We've got, in all honesty, if there's a battle to be taking place, it's going to be happening on the Korean front. That's going to put China and Russia in play. Russia's going to be in play because it's chaos and they're going to think they can take advantage of it. and then that's how everything's going to get sucked up. But everybody's going to stay on the outside and play. We need to de-escalate this stuff, but really it's going to last. The main thing is going to take a couple hours. That's our shock and awe campaign. We do it all the time. Then over the next 8 to 10 weeks is when we start winning hearts and minds. And it's like we're good at removing dictators, and we're not so good at winning hearts and minds after the fact. Because what people don't understand is our war machine is bigger than the rest of the world combined 50 times over. One of our carriers can rain hell destruction on Earth, on which the likes this planet really has never seen. Except twice. And this is the funny thing. Everybody's aching to get a nuke, okay? Everybody has them. There's lots of countries that have nukes. Ain't nobody eager to use them. There's only been one country that's used them, and one country that's been on the receiving end on that shit, and they ain't trying to relive that crap. That should always be the thing that's in the back of your mind before they let some little ignorant bastard say something stupid. Only one country has used them. And only one country has received the stuff. And they're the biggest players in the game, and they ain't trying to relive that stuff. And Russia is just now getting back on their feet with a lot of things. They're not really in a position to... right now they're living kind of good. We're paying them to use their spaceships. They're sitting there making money hand on their foot with their coal and oil and crap and stuff like that. And they really done got to have their way in the European area. So it's like, you know what? In the European arena, So you know what? They really ain't trying to fuck up the money either. But this little guy's gonna mess up everybody's money? Nah, hell no. That's like you having a party. Everybody's having a good time. The women are having a good time. Everybody's got their smoke and drink on. And then one little motherfucker has issues. You get bouncers and throw that motherfucker out the door. And that's really what's going to happen to old Kim Jong-il. Then we're going to put his little crazy ass sister in office. And we're going to tell her, if you don't sit your dumb ass down, march up and down the street, do whatever you got to do. But if if we have to hear from you in the next couple of years, we'll be back. And I hate to say it that way, but that's it. I tell everybody this over and over again. A, follow the money, and B, we own all the guns. And we own a lot more. There's a reason why. I tell people, this is another little tidbit that you can take with you. There's a reason why the government ain't coming for any of our guns. I've got several guns in the bag, from pistols to rifles. I've got some fun stuff to play with till somebody breaks into my house. But you know why the government isn't coming to take my guns? Because they got more and better ones. Bottom line, they don't care if we have an AR-15. They could give 2 frosty bucks. Oh, that's pretty nice. You got an AR? Yeah. We got saws. We got 60s. We literally got a rifle that shoots a mile out. And some dude just set a record for 1.5 miles with it. We got Barretts, okay? Fully automatic. We got ships. We've literally got aircraft built around guns on top of guns. They're not coming for our guns. Everyone has to have this. Every president has a test. And Kim Jong-il is like the Diet Pepper of test for this administration. And it's if this was Russia fooling around, okay, I'd be a little bit concerned. But like I said, Russia's making money right now. China's making money hand over fist. We're doing all right, contrary to what the news would tell us. But letting this little bastard come over and fuck up the money, ain't gonna happen. Ain't nobody trying to hear it. And it's like, I'm just saying that nobody's trying to hear somebody fuck up the party right now. There's too much fun to be had. It's like, sit your dumb ass down. Don't make us come over there and hurt you, okay? And that's really the end gist of it. And it's like, there's a reason we have a carrier parked over there. There's a reason everybody's scared, because they don't know where our second carrier is blundering around. It's suddenly disappeared. And it's like, if you don't think we ain't got eyes on that silly mug, we got eyes on everybody. We got eyes on us. So we know we got eyes on them. And it's like, the thing I'm going to say is the guys that sit there and watch this silliness. I'm talking about the soldiers that are sitting there, the eye in the sky that's looking down, or that sniper that's off in the weeds that's been sitting there for months on end with this finger on the trigger and flies in his face. It takes a hell of a lot of discipline not to pull that fucking trigger, because I'm telling you, if I was out in the weeds, sitting there cold, hungry, and this little motherfucker was fucking around, they just have to, you lock me up. What are you gonna do? Lock me up with people that's gonna think I'm a hero? Seriously? Is this the big threat? I would pull the damn trigger. If I was the guy that took a picture of him looking up in the sky with my hand on the trigger, drone flying over, satellites, guns locked, I would have pulled the trigger and said, fuck it. And that's the thing. Everybody wants to talk a good game. We got a nuke and we can do this. But it's like we're the only country that's done told everybody if we don't win, nobody wins. And we've then already demonstrated our ability to take people out. And it's one thing to die for a cause. It's another thing to just get wiped out. That's an entirely different monster altogether. So don't worry about no damn World War. World War III is not going to kick off over the. It will kick off over a silly woman. It will kick off over an old oil rig over in Iraq somewhere. It will kick off over a football game or a soccer game. It will not kick off over North Korea and a goddamn K-pop. It's not. My only question on this whole thing is, and I will ask this, and I will keep asking this until I get an answer, is, yeah, I'm hearing all this stuff about what we're going to be doing, but South Korea is right there in the midst of it going, holy shit! And then Trump said some stupidness, and they're like, oh God! We're all gonna die! And I want to know what the hell they do. What is their big plan in this whole thing? They have to have one. They can't be over there just going, fuck! They just can't be. I hope that's not the plan. Because that'd be really fucked up if it is. That's who I want to hear from. Until I hear a representative from them, I'm not trying to hear any of it. Because they're the ones that are seriously in the thick of it. They're not. It's not happening. This is why they keep saying this ain't gonna be happening on our border. Nope. And call Greenpeace, call whoever you want. It ain't happening on our doorstep. On theirs, oh yeah, very much so. But I would like to know what their take on this whole thing is. I would like to hear from them. Just a few words. What's on their mind right now? Because they're the ones that should be on the evening news talking the most. And you know what? I don't hear them talking. Which means, and I'm not saying they ain't saying anything. I'm just saying that I don't see them in front of the UN going, this shit's getting real. I don't see that. When Gaddafi knew he was getting ready to run over there, when Colin Powell was sitting there showing pictures of everything and gold toilets and shit, Gaddafi went in front of the UN like, this shit's getting real. They're coming to kick my ass. Y'all better do something. And we said, and the UN said, no, you know, you're going to take this ass whooping. I don't see these people in front of the UN. These are the victims. These are the people being held hostage, literally. And I'm telling you, America just doesn't care. I give a damn. It's like, but I'm sitting there saying that the South Koreans are the ones that should be screaming the loudest at this point, and they're not. And that bothers me when if I'm a victim at a bank robbery or something, and the bank is getting robbed and they're waving guns and stuff, I'm going to be in the bank screaming for the police, come help us, save our asses. This has gone completely off the chain. And they're not. That's why I'm not worried about it. I'm not even worried at this point about a shooting war between the two, because it's not going to be a shooting war. They, on their border, on the South Korean border, Our vice president literally walked up to the border and looked across the damn border at the guard on the other side. And the guard on the other side was like, because he got to see the vice president. So that tells me their people aren't wanting to fight either. The only people that's talking shit is them. Is the Kim Jong and his entourage. And it's like, so it's a worrisome situation, but I'm more worried about what else is going through Congress right now that we're not supposed to see. That's what you should be keeping your eye on. Because I guarantee you, if the news is blowing up something, there's something else that's going on. I promise you there's something else going on. And I always watch, I watch news 24/7. And it's one of those things where it's a bait and switch almost. It's like I'll see something and I'm like, okay, I'm hearing you. Okay, this is a serious situation. But what else is, and then I'll be sure, because net neutrality is on the books, and that's money. And that's money for a lot of big business interests right there. We got financing, we got tax reform, we got a lot of stuff on the table, and all of that is money. Another reason you probably shouldn't worry too much is because even the government is that his own people are saying this is some bullshit. That's what they're saying. Ain't nobody trying to hear this right now. We got we got more stuff to deal with than just this silliness. So I mean, nobody's trying to hear this crap right now. There's bigger crap to fry, and then this stupidness. We are trying to find a part that we can slip right up in there, and that is not going to work. Oh, I do like that though. Do like that. They've been doing it for years, man. They've been doing this crap since the Reagan administration, since Kim Jong-un or Kim Jong-il been in office. Kim Jong-un is who's in office now. Kim Jong-il, he realized they learned a lesson. The unfortunate part is North Korea learned kind of a bad lesson. It's kind of one we didn't want to teach, and that nobody's trying to fight. Everybody's thinking we are out of that. That's not who we are anymore. We like chilling and making money. We like innovation and all of that good stuff. What we don't like doing is fighting with stupid folks. And right now, this is a stupid fight. And it's like I said, I'm not trying to put hood logic on a critical situation. And trust me, I am not making light, because I could be wrong. This world has surprised me on more than one occasion. So I could be very well wrong. I just don't think that I am. Because the common sense dictates that money is being made and ain't nobody trying to mess it up. No one is trying to mess up the money. And then you got this guy who ain't making no money talking a bunch of crap. That's like the guy at the bar that can't get no drink because he's been cut off, saying, I'm fucking this party up because I ain't making no money and nobody else is making no damn money. And you know what? That's exactly the analogy of what's going on right now. Is he got cut off. He ain't making no money, and he feels that nobody else is making anything either, so he's just going to keep taunting until he gets somebody's attention. The only thing is he's garnering the wrong attention, because he's making people that's done been through this crap before. It's like nervous, and they ain't trying to lose money. You know how long it took for China, Japan, and all of that stuff to recover from all this stuff, and they gotta relive this stuff on their border next door? Fuck that. Russia was damn near torn apart during the Reagan administration. Gorbachev left office in shame, and you're telling me they were gonna give up the party because this asshole? No. Hell no. This is they just waiting to see who's gonna tell him to sit the fuck down. And we trying to be nice about the whole thing, but it's not. It's gonna turn into a situation that we can't be nice about. And it's already, and it's something that I don't understand why we've been dealing with anyway, because the first one he shot off should have been dealt with. The second and third one, but ain't nobody really taking it serious, because, and it's like, and we have the ability to shoot this stuff down. And it's like everybody's sitting there on the news talking like this is so worrying and stuff. We've had the ability to shoot this stuff down since the Reagan administration. In all honesty, since the Reagan administration, there is nothing. He is coming with nothing that we actually worried about. Is if there's nothing, if you ain't learned nothing about us as a people, as a country, is when we get nervous, we start shooting. We shoot first, ask questions later. We have invaded for little of nothing. And so it's like, for somebody to be doing this and we ain't really doing anything about it, there's probably not a whole lot to be worried about. And that's just my take on the whole thing, is it's like, it's noisy, it's interesting to watch, but the world hasn't stopped spinning. Now, when the oil stops, now he shoots down something serious or screws up, and like he almost did this last time and hit something critical. Like he did come within so far of airliner and stuff, and a ship, and he did hit near some shipping lanes and stuff. That got more of a rise out of the international community than anything, because now you messing with the money. But as long as he ain't messing with no money, ain't nobody trying to hear that. They honestly ain't. And it's just one of those things where he just needs to sit his little drunk ass down, and that's how the world, and right now that's how everybody's looking at him. I want him to sit his little drunk ass down and stop fucking around. Getting tired of hearing about it. It's one of those things where I tell people all the time, people don't like hearing my opinion on dealing with the world, because if I was to take office, y'all have sat there, y'all have had me strung up by now. I'd already been tried on criminal charges, because I tell you in a sweet heartbeat, the world can take care of itself. And it's like, everybody, we got some roads to build over here. Anytime we sitting there pulling up roads to put in gravel, and they sitting there putting super trains over in another country. You know what? We got some work that we can be doing at home. There's other stuff we can be fucking around with in this silliness. I don't mind the president right now. For all Trump's the worst, he ain't really did nothing. Now that vice president, I can't think of his name, Pence, he scares me, because he looks like, if any of y'all watch the WB and y'all watch Arrow, Vice President Pence looks like that guy that runs the criminal underworld on the Arrow. He looks like a bad guy. He knows what the fuck he's doing. He's already putting shit together to run for president. That motherfucker scares me. He don't scare me. He terrifies me, okay? Well, there's abject terror in my heart when I see him. Because I know he's up to no good. I'm telling you, the guy that runs the, what is they call that organization? The League of Shadows? Tell me he doesn't look like an evil doppelganger of the guy from Arrow that runs the League of Shadows. That scary. It's like somebody didn't quite think this one out. It's like, and you're going to go back and look. I promise you're going to go back and look, and you're going to be like, holy crap, yeah, he does. How you doing, so? And I've just watched some comments that it's going to turn into a Red Dawn situation. And you got to understand, I grew up in Detroit, Michigan, okay? Here's why Red Dawn was a comedy to me. Because when we went to our schools, when I went to Osborne High, Kettering, when I went to Fleming, when I went to Von Steuben before they finally bulldozed that bastard into the ground, we had to go through metal detectors because there were so many guns and weapons coming into the school. Our students shot each other over tennis shoes and starter jackets. And you telling me some assholes are gonna parachute in with a couple of AKs and take over the bullshit? Drop down in Detroit if you want to. Stop. Why you taking over Detroit? Make a pit stop in Germantown. We don't care if you got a tank coming on shore. We got Hummers. We got brothers hanging out of Hummers with AKs. It is Detroit. Okay, you do not get what do you call it? A graduation diploma from. You get survival certificates. You get dog tags when you come out of Detroit public schools. Texas, they killing each other so fast in Texas. They got a goddamn express lane, and you telling me somebody's gonna parachute in and drive up on the shore? Hell no. Everybody's worried about our border down there and stuff. Ain't nobody running across the border. In case everybody ain't checked the numbers, if anything, more people have been leaving on their own will. It's like people have said, you know what, fuck this. I can't do this no more. and I half don't blame them. But it's like nobody's trying to put up with this silliness anymore. And so there's more people leaving than coming in. And that's just fact. That's not me making up shit. That's just how it is right now. And so it's like I don't, like I said, it's one of those things where I see the silliness. There ain't a whole lot that can be said because it's like the grown-ups have not come into the room fully yet. They're starting to. You're starting to see people like McCain and some of the older people in the Congress, and Ryan done disappeared. Don't know where he is. But you're starting to see these older members of the Congress step up. And they're sitting there like, you know what? We're a co-equal branch of this government. About the only thing that Trump has done is made us all figure out how government works. We used to have a civics class where they taught this stuff, but they don't teach that anymore. But you know what? Trump coming in office is like, how do we put the brakes on this shit? We need to vote. That's what he did. He done turned our whole nation into a nation of voters come next term. 2020 is going, I predict right now, I'm calling it. I don't know which way it's going to go. I don't care which way it goes. Republican, Democrat, just get out and vote is what I tell people. But it's like, we're going to have a lot of people. We're going to have record-breaking voting come next time. Because the grown-ups have activated. We done let the kids play. It's time for the grown-ups to enter the room. And oh no, we're screwed. That is bad. Okay, we're good. We're good. We got this. And so and what else we got? 13-13. We're at 12-5. Hopefully this can pull the damn truck. Let's find out. Let's find out. Nice. You know what? That's the only thing I wish. is the judge, or the little boy up top. There we go. This thing is still awfully heavy going into battle. Did we put the engine on? Let's hope we put an engine in there. It's probably the only reason we can move right now. Right now, we're not in the middle of a democracy or a monarchy or any of that good stuff. We're in what's called the corporatocracy. Your government is brought to you by the finest corporations, Coke, Taco Bell, Pepsi, and all of that good stuff. And the thing about the corporate world is nobody fucks with the money. And like I said, everybody's having a damn party right now. People ain't made so much money in all their life right now. And so this is why I'm not worried about too much of anything. What I do worry about now, on the flip side, let's just play devil's advocate for a little bit. I'm not worried about somebody who says they have 50, 60 nukes and stuff. I'm never worried about those kind of people. What I am worried about is the person that says they want one. Just one. Where Kim Jong-il is spouting his mouth off, I don't worry about people running their mouth. I do worry about people like ISIS or the Taliban getting their hands on one accidentally. It was a terrifying sight to see them sitting on top of aircraft that they had captured when they were in battle with those cities like Mosul and stuff. They just didn't know how to fly the things. They had the aircraft, they sat on top and took pictures, they just didn't know how to fly the damn thing. Can you imagine if somebody actually knew how to fly them? The Peacemaker with Clooney. And like I said, in the club, I used to be a bouncer at a club, and during that job, I learned how to read people really well. I knew how to read them before then, and it's like, but it's more of a, unlike with a police officer where you have as a police officer, you come into a scene with a piece of authority. And even though people are fighting and argue with you, they know they're arguing with authority. So you'll always have that uniform. I tell people, don't fight with your fists, use your uniform. That gives you power. But when you're a security guard or a bouncer, well, your uniform is a joke. People will whoop your ass just because you have that thing on. So you better be really good at reading people. My big thing is I tell people I had an unlimited drink limit, so I could haul out drinks as long as I want to. And I tell people, listen, you can sit here and fight and I throw you out and you go downtown, or we can go to the bar and I can get you anything you want to drink. You know what? That made Rob a very popular person. Oh, we got somebody. I cannot see that far. And so it's like we learned to read people. We knew the people that were fighting. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. Oh, this is very bad. Yeah, this is not a good design. This is so not a good design. But it's like, you learn who's going. You can almost see the fight forming before, and then you can start getting your people there. And I worry about the people who ain't talking much. People who are just sitting there biding their time, watching. The one that's easing up, the one that's actually keeping an eye on me. That's who I worry about. And those are the scariest individuals to me. It's like my wife tells me all the time, Rob, how can you look at all these horror movies and stuff? Because Casper the Friendly Ghost ain't never came through my damn window. I have yet to see Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, Jason or Pinhead show up at my door going, "Hey Rob, we taking your Xbox and TV." Never happened. Pookie, on the other hand, I done had to put a slug in Pookie. Pookie done tried to take my car stereo. Pookie done came to my house. Pookie has taken my TV set while I was at the movies. So I'm more scared of Pookie than I ever am of all the monsters that people blow up. And in the world, that still applies. I'm not worried about the guy that everybody's talking about. Oh, he's a monster. He's a killer. You remember Kimbo Slice? He was the monster that was going to take everybody down. Got in the ring with a real fighter and got his ass whooped. Okay. And he was the monster. God bless his soul and stuff, but he just wasn't what they pumped him up to be. There are real monsters out there, and they ain't pumping themselves up. They in the shadows. That's who I worry about. That's who I concern myself with. So when you start seeing this stuff on the news being blowed up, like President said that we're gonna, and he the wording that he used was the exact wording that I can't think of the damn president's name used with and that it's so silly. You don't say that crap out loud. That's good to say in the bar with your friends. It's not good to say on national TV, especially the damn president of the United States. But you don't worry about you worry about what they're trying to push in the background. And so the thing you should, if you're looking at a newspaper, don't look at what's on page 1. Turn to page 3. That's the news. That's what you have to worry about. That's what everybody's concentrating on. And oh, come on. Usually everybody and their mama is sitting there, but I'm not going out that far. Come on. Oh my God, this shell has a velocity of a softball. Oh, this is a horrible vehicle. This is a very horrible vehicle. I don't even know why I put blades on this thing. This thing can barely move. This is an absolutely horrible vehicle. It's not too bad once it gets moving. It's just trying to move the Titanic. That's all. Oh my goodness. To anyone that's watching, I hope you're having a good time. I'm Big Rob, aka the Gaming Geezer. Appreciate you stopping by. And it's like it's current events night. Nice. We're overextending and we know it. Oh, crap. Thank you. Toss up that greet to him. Let him know, awesome job. Yeah, he did all that firing, he blew that off, but that's a win.